and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert's Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, Impact Wrestling Slammiversary preview this Saturday on pay-per-view and on Fight TV. The Saturday before Extreme Rules. I kind of like it being like kind of back-to-back that weekend. It gets some eyes on Impact. It gets people, you know, hoping to tune in Impact and then watch Extreme Rules. It's kind of a wrestling weekend, so I'm hoping that's going to get a little bit more views on Impact Wrestling. I've been watching Impact weekly. I used to be a huge TNA fan back in the day. Impact is starting to come back. You're starting to have some talent here. You're starting to kind of put things together. On this show, overall, not horrible. I know there's a lot of rumors. Who's coming in? Who's the fourth person for the main event? Who's going to be the new Impact World Heavyweight Champion? Can it be it's a returning champion with a faction? They keep talking. They keep showing vignettes of former Impact wrestlers who went to WWE, who WWE released. I don't think it's as crazy as they're trying to make it seem to be of who it is. I have an idea of what's going on. Personally believe what I want to see happen. We'll get through that. I got a couple different spots where I got people debuting. But I think we're going to have a number of talent debuting in Impact Wrestling here at Slammiversary. If you're new to Impact Wrestling, Slammiversary is basically their WrestleMania. I wouldn't say maybe WrestleMania. Slammiversary, more like a SummerSlam. Bound for Glory, which is in October, that's their WrestleMania. But Slammiversary is kind of like a SummerSlam. Alright, it's one of the kind of the big ones, but it's not the biggest one. Alright, so first match, we have a Gauntlet for the Gold match. Obviously, if you're new to Impact, Gauntlet for the Gold is a version of the Royal Rumble. It's not your typical Gauntlet match. So, in this case, there's 11 women in it, number one contender for the Knockouts title. You start with 2. Every so often, every couple of minutes, minute and a half, whatever it is, another woman comes in. Only way it can be eliminated is over the top rope. So, it's basically a small version of Royal Rumble. Now, Alisha Edwards, Havok, Kiera Hogan, Kimber, Kylie Ray, Nevaeh, Madison Rayne, Rosemary, Susie, Tasha, Steelz, and Valkyrie are the 11 women in it. The winner will go on at another time in the future to face the Knockouts champion. Madison Rayne's a 5-time Knockouts champion. She's been on commentary here through the pandemic. I don't see a reason for her to win. Rosemary and Susie the same way. I don't really see reasons for them to win. The only ones that I can really say, okay, I think these have a shot at winning, Valkyrie was actually the most talented woman in this match. I can see Kimber winning. I can see Kylie Ray winning. Those are really the 3 that I can see winning this. Maybe on the outside of Tasha Steelz. So I'm going to say my pick to win is either going to be Kylie Ray or Valkyrie. Next up, we have the Impact Knockouts Championship on the line. We have champion Jordynne Grace versus Deonna Purrazzo. Deonna Purrazzo has now wrestled for NXT and Ring of Honor. She came in with vignettes, so they kind of pimped her coming in. They've kind of made a big deal about her coming in. As much as I love Jordynne Grace and think she's one of the greatest wrestlers in the world right now, I'm going to have to say Deonna Purrazzo wins this. Doesn't take anything away from Jordynne Grace, but I think you pump somebody up like that, you want them to win, kind of have the payoff of that. So I think we'll end up probably on one of the Impact shows, maybe at a pay-per-view. We'll have Deonna Purrazzo versus whoever number one contender, which would be either Valkyrie or Kylie Ray. I think Jordynne Grace will still be involved in the Knockouts division, but kind of chasing the title. I would like to see her in AEW. I think they would improve AEW. But she is one of the top talented wrestlers in the world right now. Alright, next up we have the Impact X Division Championship on the line. We have champion Willie Mack versus Chris Bay. Whew, this match I think will be match of the night. Chris Bay reminds me of a young Ricochet. Willie Mack, just big guy, kind of a hoss, but freaking talented. God, when he starts doing moonsaults and standing moonsaults, it's like, holy shit, dude, how could a dude that big do those kind of moves? Now, one thing that I thought about as I was writing this out, back a few years ago, there was a little thing for the X Division champion called Option C. What Option C is, you take your X Division championship, you cash it in for a shot at the world title. Basically, you vacate the X Division title, you get your shot at the world title. What if this is all really a ruse of who's coming in to be part of the main event? What if Willie Mack Option C's the X title after beating Chris Bay and goes in the main event? He's the fourth guy. Possible. But I do have Willie Mack retaining the X title. If Chris Bay wins, I'll be all in with that. I think this will be match of the night, I'm hoping. Hope they do it right. Next up, we have the Impact Tag titles on the line. We have Champions the North, 400 plus day title run for them, versus the throw together team of Ken Shamrock and Sami Callihan. Sami Callihan, his character, I actually like him. He's not great in the ring. He's okay. He's serviceable. Mic skills beyond comparison. I mean, just when he was with OVE, I just thought he was quite a cool cult leader. Now him breaking away, kind of being a singles guy here, former heavyweight champion. But teaming up with Ken Shamrock, they kind of feuded a little bit. I actually look at this match being just garbage, and here's why. I think you'll have some interference by Aces and Eights. There's rumor of them coming back. If we recall, Aces and Eights was Doc, Mr. Anderson, Bully Ray, Devon, and a bunch of other shit thrown together. I could easily see, because these vignettes, you've seen 3 glasses of people drinking at the end. Bully Ray, Doc, which is Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson. That's the new Aces and Eights. Bully Ray is, his contract with Ring of Honor is done. So why not have him come as a manager for a tag team of Doc, Aces and Eights? I could also see the Major Brothers debuting in Impact. You're going like, who? Brett and Brian Major, also known as Brian Myers and Matt Cordova, also known as Kurt Hawkins and Woo 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 Zack Ryder. Those are so many names they've used in the past. They were IVW World Tag Team Champion of the Major Brothers. I could see them coming into the tag team division in Impact as well. So I could see this match kind of being just a kind of a get people in kind of match and get that kind of going, a little circle sorted up. But I do have the North retaining the tag titles. Next up, we have just the stupidest fucking thing in the world. Moose finds an old TNA World title laying around somewhere and pulls it out. He's the new TNA World Heavyweight Champion, not the Impact World Champion. The TNA World title. It's the old TNA belt from 2007. Between 2007 and 2017, I think they had the title. So he's been defended on Impact. So this is an unsanctioned match. Obviously, Impact's not sanctioned in this. Old school rules. We have Champion Moose versus Tommy Dreamer. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Why do I want to see this match? Because I don't. One other option for the... Because initially it's supposed to be a 5-way for the title. It's supposed to have been Michael Hogan, Tessa Blanchard, Austin Aries, Trey Miguel, Eddie Edwards for the Impact World title. Obviously, Michael Hogan got caught up in the Speak Out movement, which only thing I'm going to say about that is if everybody's telling the truth, I hope they are. Horrible. Shouldn't have happened. Those people involved should not be in professional wrestling at all. Period. Now, if you're kind of, because there's some that were, we know Joey Ryan, we know David Starr, we know the level they were involved. I know Will Ospreay's name came up on the list. It depends on the level of what they had done, but if it's just pictures and that, okay, that's different. If it's legit physical, you don't need to be in professional wrestling. I don't care who you are.
even if it comes out that I'm a huge Will Ospreay fan, that Will Ospreay was involved physically, I don't care. Done. But anyway, so I hope Michael Elgin doesn't come back because there was rumor of Team Canada. So we have right now Impact World Title, Fatal 4-Way, Ace Austin, Trey Miguel, Eddie Edwards, and a to be determined. Who is our to be determined? A lot of rumors are it's a former world champion returning with a faction. Bully Ray, former world champion. EC3's been a big name. Eric Young, Michael Bennett, Kurt Hawkins. You can see the line on the commercial of who. Well, let me look. I got that all right here. At the last Impact, Sting, Mr. Anderson, EC3, Gallows, Carl Anderson, Mike Bennett, Kurt Hawkins, Eric Young, Bully Ray, Kurt Angle, James Storm were all the pictures they showed. Obviously, all those people that have worked for TNA, they have the library. They can show that all they want. I don't think it's that many people are going to come back. I honestly think the options for the main event would be either be Willie Mack, option C in the X title, cash it in for a shot. Moose, have them go, well, you're the TNA champion. This is for the Impact title. Let's, merge them or, whatever. So he gets in the title and wins and the TNA thing goes away. Or the three most likely scenarios is EC3, which I'm cool with Ethan Carter III coming back. He never took off at NXT and WWE like he did in Impact. I'm cool with that. Miro, which is formerly known as Rusev. I think him coming in, winning the title, I think he has enough name behind him that it was like, oh shit, okay, he's here. That's pretty cool. Maybe a Mike Bennett and Marie Bennett. We'll see. Now some other options that are kind of out there a little bit for me. Chris Hero. Who's your hero? Chris Hero, the young knockout artist. He's available. Could he come in? That'd be kind of cool to see. Jeff Cobb. He's really kind of working with New Japan a little bit. He's doing a little bit with Ring of Honor on a case-by-case basis. He's done some AEW Dark. Joe Henning is another free agent, formerly known as Curtis Axel. Third generation superstar. Could they come in and kind of build on that? Somebody we haven't heard of in a long time. He's the head case, but Austin Aries. But those are just some ideas I had. I think it's either going to be EC3, Willie Mack, or Moose. I think those are the options we have available. If it's anybody else, if it's like Bully Ray or Kurt Angle, that's just dumb because typically this mystery person will win the title. Maybe it's Davey Richards. Maybe we set up a Davey Richards-Eddie Edwards feud. But I think if it's not an EC3, if the mystery person doesn't win the title, I think we put it on Eddie Edwards. That's the only logical choice. Ace Austin, can he be a world champion? Yeah, I could see that. In the future, maybe, not now. Now, there has been a feud going on between Eddie and Ace Austin. Ace Austin had a t-shirt that says, Ace Austin 316, says, I just banged your wife, and he was feuding with Eddie and dealing with Alisha Edwards. Is that a possibility? Yeah. But, only time will tell. But anyway, those are my predictions and my picks for Impact Wrestling Slammiversary on July 18th. As always, thanks for watching the Robert Sports Show. I will do my very best to get the review of this show up in a timely manner. It may be a cell phone version of it, but I will do what I can. As we all know, COVID-19 has happened. Everyone has been affected in some way or another. People are working from home. Unfortunately, people have lost their jobs, which is a horrible, horrible thing. Luckily, where I work at, we are hiring. We are going above and beyond to make sure our employees are taken care of, as long as new employees as well. Due to that, my wife works from home, so I don't have the ability to do videos as often as I would like. Due to my schedule, due to her schedule, I don't have the ability to look things up and get the stuff ready to do the videos. And with obviously sports kind of going, it's kind of helped. Now I know there's talk of NBA coming back the 1st of August, of MLB the end of July, and NHL the 1st of August. Football season, we don't know. College football is even a bigger unknown. As those sports start coming back, as I've done in the past, the videos I've always kind of done with football, baseball, basketball, I'll do what I can. Now, there may be times where I do a preview, not a review, or vice versa. I'll do what I can. I want you guys to watch and follow. Follow me on Twitter at Rob Sports Show. Follow me on, obviously here on YouTube. Now, as time goes on, I may work on some other, like Instagram or even TikTok or stuff. We'll figure that out as we go on. But you know what? It's a pandemic. Please stay safe. Take care of your loved ones. This is just a horrible thing. Wear your mask. Anytime I leave my house now, I wear a mask. But the county I live in is mandatory, or work in, it's mandatory. But you know what? We need to take care of each other. Like it or hate it. I know a lot of people do. Please, please, you want to make sure everyone's healthy. Let's get through this. New Japan Pro Wrestling, Old Dominion, they had about 10,000 people in the crowd because they have been following guidelines and wearing masks and being protective. And now they're starting to open back up a little bit. So let's get that back for the U.S. Let's get 2021 to be a great year in sports. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show. Don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.